Hello Aries, how are you? Welcome to your June 2016 readings. I hope all is well with you. I am using my giant deck today, so I'm going to be doing essentially the same 9-card spread, but it's just going to be laid out a little differently to accommodate for space to make sure that all of the cards can be seen on this camera with my little table. So here we go. Your love reading for June 2016, Aries. One more, I think. Aries. There you go. See all these, hopefully. Okay. Empress in the center, Aries reverse. I think now is a good time for you to reel it in, okay? To bring it in to you, to find a center, okay? When the Empress is reversed, it's often an indication to get in touch with, and I'm going to use the word femininity if you're a man, not calling you feminine, but to reach within and to go through some process of self-discovery, okay, of self-centering and finding that center within you and finding peace and equilibrium within yourself, okay? Sometimes when this card comes out in reverse, we might have a lot going on in our life and there might be a lot of outward trajectory, right? Maybe we're reacting to a lot of things, maybe we're going through a lot of things, and our focus is really on others, other people, other behaviors, you know, our partner specifically. And it's a message to almost like get selfish, and not in a greedy way, but in a self-directed way, okay? Because ultimately, our life is, you know, the only person that we have to go to sleep next to every single night is ourselves, right? So to bring it in and to focus on you, now would be a good time for that, because I'm sensing an element of new beginnings. Not only do we have the Fool, but we have Death and we have the Devil in reverse. There is something significant, something substantial coming to a close in your life. Sometimes that can be a good thing, sometimes it can make us sad, but it is a completely new direction, all right? You are taking a leap of faith, you are moving forward, you're starting something new on your own. You know, this is a very independent card, so even if you're in a relationship, okay? I'm not saying that your relationship is going to end, more just saying that if there was some element or level of toxicity, okay, and I think that toxicity really being more like fighting or petty arguments, or, you know, things that really are not worth fighting for, things that are frustrating and like the fighting just to fight, and the guarding and the protecting and Okay, Aries, sorry for the cutout there. My memory card ran out of memory. I forgot to clean it out before I started. So sorry about that. But what I was saying about the toxicity, that leaving, okay, so something is leaving your life. You are removing yourself from the shackles of something that has bound you or something that you feel has been binding you for a very long time. Okay, this closure or this period of death often comes in time. It's not the tower, it's not sudden. It's something that comes with acceptance, right? You have the five, I think it's the 5 stages of death. I need to research that. I don't know exactly, but I think the last one is acceptance. And coming to that point of acceptance can vary from person to person and vary from situation to situation. There's a whole bunch of healing that needs to happen in order to reach that point of closure. The good news is that you are being blessed with the Queen of Pentacles, okay? This is very much you. For me, the Empress and Queen of Pentacles are similar. They even look kind of similar. They're both surrounded by gardens and beauty and bounty. And for me, Queen of Pentacles is the epitome of practical. I think leaving this situation and finding a new path for yourself is going to be the most practical choice. There's something in your relationship that just isn't fitting the bill, and that moving on is almost inevitable. Death is inevitable. It is time for you to remove this. And this person, whoever this is, your partner, people that you're dating, could indicate one specific person, could indicate, other people, or multiple people, depending on your status. It's not quite on par with you, a queen. Different worlds, different colors, different likenesses. This person, I think, more on the emotional side at this point in time. I do see you being more focused on creating things for yourself, on your own goals and ambitions, and this person maybe more so on theirs, following their heart, wearing their heart on their sleeve. There could be a split for some of you. For others, that are in long-standing marriages, relationships, I think this is just the end of a phase. I think there was something happening, something going on, and something that was affecting your relationship. Some of you really are going to be faced with a choice, and I think the choice is almost like you or them. More, it's very direct, it's very clear. And do you want to focus on yourself? Do you want to focus on them? Do you want to focus on building something with them, despite maybe the games that were being played, some of the jabs, some of the ingenuous things that happened? And I see 6 of Wands reverse. And I'm not calling it a failure, but it might be a sense of failure. It might feel to you like you let your partner down, they let you down, like something just had to give, something had to break, right? Some of these shackles, they're meant to break. If you're pulling away and with enough force, at some point in time, they will break, and you will find a way to find freedom or a new path with your partner or on your own, depending on really how your life is going at this time. Maybe this is not the most appropriate partner for you. Maybe they are a little on the immature side emotionally. Right now, again, I think you're really taking a practical approach to everything. There is a message for you to find that center, right? Sometimes when you break away from these shackles, you are then forced to reassess yourself. You are then forced to look within and to really see what it is that is going to make you happy right now, right? Happiness isn't necessarily something to be attained. It's happiness is something to just be. You either are or you aren't, regardless of your circumstance. And it's how you make of it. And I think right now you are trying to find happiness and trying to find positivity in a situation that maybe isn't quite working out the way you had hoped and in the way that you were really striving for. So let me go ahead and pull out some more cards. Definitely some air of choice, some air of balance, keeping everything afloat, keeping yourself happy, keeping your partner happy, and the people around you happy, keeping all the balls in the air can be very, very challenging. This is a reinforcement not only of the truth, sometimes that the twos, right? 2 is a very feminine number. That idea of getting in touch with your feminine side, not sexually, but the inside of you, your subconscious, the way you process your emotions. Okay, that is a deep place. Aries, you are a fire sign. You tend to, it's a masculine energy. Water and earth are feminine, which I think you really are. You have the earth qualities here, the Empress reverse. You have the High Priestess. So it's just screaming finding your center. It's screaming advice to meditate and to find peace with the closure of this phase. Okay. You might not see right away exactly what the purpose of everything is. You might not understand right away. But at least I think the oftentimes this balance, I can pick this up here. The balance of these, the weight of these swords is heavy across your chest. You sometimes feel like you're being suffocated. The pressure to keep all the balls afloat, to keep yourself and someone else happy is exhausting. It is tiresome. Now is the time to focus on you. That infinite exchange of energy that you crave and that we all crave with our partners, that we strive for in love, sometimes can be our shackle as well, right? Sometimes that can be what binds us, is that need for that. I don't know why we have that. I don't know why we thrive off of that and why we find so much happiness when we think we've found it. But nonetheless, it is something that is present. And I think for now, you are almost being forced. Okay, the universe is kind of forcing your hand a little bit by putting you in a state of closure, that you're just going to have to let something go in order to progress, in order to move on, in order to see your life through. I think your focus on you and their focus on them, there's almost like a parting of ways. And I don't mean married people are going to be getting divorced, nothing like that. But energy-wise and goals and ambition-wise, there's going to be some separateness, okay, where you're going to take back your independence, you're going to take back your life and allow your partner to thrive, because this too is also a bind for them. It too is a bind for their energy, and when you both break free of that, you are then allowed to coexist independently and find individual happiness, whereby making it more likely that you will be happy together. Okay? Hopefully that made sense. Let me fix something on my camera really quick. Yeah. Okay. And my candle's making funny noises. Don't know if you can hear that. It's one of those wood wicks, so it like sputters like a fire. Okay. So let's do your general energy reading. Here we go. Certainly more of a romantic reading, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean romantic in terms of love and relationships, just romantic in terms of life and finding emotional fulfillment in something, being provided an opportunity to be emotionally fulfilled. I think you really do have something leaving your life. You have something heavy. Okay, same as represented by that devil. Represented here is that 10 of Swords. It is being removed from your life. Petty, superficial arguments. Now we have the 5 of Wands. We had the 5 of Swords before. This is the petty games, the little behaviors that we have, that people have towards us. It's getting the people that you don't really like in your life, getting them out of your life. It is office politics. It's people you don't like working with. It's colleagues and clients. It's everybody and every situation in your life that is a waste of energy. It's a waste. Why are you spending so much time? Why are you giving your soul and your heart to these people that don't really even want it? This is you and your life, okay? I see you struggling to keep all the balls in the air, but first and foremost, you need to be happy now. In the exact same spot that we had the Queen of Pentacles before, feminine energy of earth, now we have another feminine energy of water. King of Cups. Okay, you are a strong person, but emotionally you're feeling depleted. Emotionally, in terms of all areas of life, even career, maybe feeling unfulfilled by what it is you do. Who doesn't? We all get there sometimes. Feeling depleted by family situations, relationship situations, financial situations. There's always something that is going to affect us and something that's always going to be causing drama in our life. And I think now it's gotten a little overwhelming. You are feeling depleted, okay? You are searching and hoping for something to come into your life that allows for joy, okay? There's an idea of new projects underway, new ideas, leveraging past work, you know, this is like a card, a portfolio card is what I call it, in love or even in work. You know, this is the things that you've built, these are the things that you've done, this is a past project, and now here you are leveraging it with clients into getting more work, into getting bigger and better projects, right? It's leverage. What is it that you have done lately to provide or to get leverage for yourself, you know, financially especially? But I think there really is an opportunity on the horizon for something that really will make you feel happy. Could be a new job, it could be a new client that you've just been dying to work for. There's definitely some blessings on their way to you. A lot of cups, okay, is a really good thing in a general reading, not just for love. It's happiness and joy. And I think this offering is going to come from something and somewhere quite unexpected. You know, it's not going to come from something that you've been going after for a long time. Maybe you own your own business and you had a bid out for a project and you put it out there, you followed up, never heard, pretty much forgot about it. And now all of a sudden, you know, 3 months, 6 months, a year later, all of a sudden they're popping up and you pretty much almost forgot all about them. It's kind of like that type of unexpected, probably not something you've put a lot of time, energy, and effort into, just something that kind of comes out of the blue, okay? And I see successful negotiations with this, successful contracts, successful, the situations are, or the circumstances are ready, they're prime, they are, what's the word? Ripe. Sounded like fruit. Fruit gets ripe. The environment is ripe for reaping those benefits and taking full advantage of the opportunities that are given to you. This is an opportunity for an out, for you to get out from under this frustrating, dark place that maybe you've been. Okay, there is a light for you. You have a page, you have two, you have a king, you have another two. You know, twos, we even have the Two of Swords here in this exact position. So that idea of balance, that idea of compromise, and not even compromise, sometimes that can be negative, but you know, a win-win for both parties, you and your clients, you and your boss, you and the new place you're going to work for, you know, you fill in the blank. The thing is that the universe might be setting all these things up, but I wouldn't expect immediate change. Aries, I know that you are a quick start. I know you're a fire sign. I know you like things to happen quickly, but this is not something that you can push forward. This is something that must be controlled by the universe, okay? So go with the flow. That is the message. That is the undercurrent of this reading. You must allow things to unfold organically. You are going to be given an opportunity to become this King of Cups, to become a king of happiness, and to find joy in something in your life. Okay, it might not be your relationship, it might not be your career, it might not be with your family, but it's going to be with something. And the universe is working. The wheel hasn't fully rotated. It's still setting things up. It's still getting things ready. But when it's ready, okay, this wheel will be in the right place. You'll be in the right place. Everyone else will be there with you. And things are going to start happening. Things are going to start changing. So be open, which I feel that you are. It's a part of this getting in touch with that more internal, emotional, subconscious, part of yourself, and allowing things and feelings to become realized, because it's going to direct you and it's going to get you ready for the opportunity coming in. Definitely some area of your life is experiencing loss, experiencing sadness and sorrow. I have no doubt that it's in regards to what these swords are about, what that devil was about. Maybe there is an issue in a lot of your relationships, a lot of your marriages, not ending wise. Some of you may end, but others of you, I think, will find ways to power through, find ways to heal. Sometimes once we remove these swords, we're sort of taken aback because we don't quite know what to do with ourselves, because so much time, energy, and effort was dedicated to this person or this situation, that now you find freedom and you're sort of lost. You feel scared. You feel... And in Aries, this is a really great card to come out, because it really is more the Aries like quality. Yes, it's an air sign, I get that, but you know, it's more aggressive towards life. As a fire sign, you attack projects, you have no problem going after what you want and creating those opportunities and making those things happen. But remember, underneath this exterior of yours, you are a king, you are a queen of pentacles, you are a self. You are yourself. And you need to be in touch with that, because otherwise you're just on a rampage, charging through life without any direction, without that center. Where are you going? What are you doing? You know, whatever it was, whatever conflict there was, I normally hate this card, but in reverse, it's an okay card. Luckily, it's been coming out in reverse a lot lately. It really indicates that putting the fears to rest. Right side, it's a card for me of sabotage and running away from truths, and a fear of acceptance of truth, and putting blockades in your way, putting barriers in your own way, you know, killing good things with questions and doubts and fears, instead of just accepting that they are good and accepting them into your life. In reverse, I think you are accepting. Okay, you're not questioning anymore. You're not questioning this person or this situation. You're not wondering why anymore. You're just allowing yourself to heal with many unanswered questions. Sometimes questions just cannot be answered about someone else, about you, okay? And sometimes that can be what holds up the healing process, is our desire to know and to have all the answers. But through this healing, remember that underneath you have a blessing. You have something on its way that is going to provide beauty in your life, beauty and joy in your life, okay? So I'm going to leave you with that. I wish you nothing but the best this month. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next month in July. Thanks.